Personal log, day 27. Today was a lot more interesting than I thought it would be. Today, what I really did is I got into actually additions, and you can see some of that stuff over here. I continued farming as well, so I have some of the farming stuff as well, but that's kind of a side note and unimportant to us right now. What I want to do is cover some of the stuff in here. So, there was a lot of things I did. First of all, I have this thing called a small storage crate. The quest book didn't actually talk about it a little bit, but the small storage crate is basically just a lot better chest. It holds a lot more things. And so I made it to this area because I figured it was fitting. The next thing I did was make this thing called a compost over here. And from what I've seen, the idea behind this one is that you take canola seeds and you put them inside of it, and from that you get biomass. And this biomass you take over to a furnace of some kind, you burn it and you get bio coal. And that bio coal you can use basically just as any normal coal. So it's basically just another source of coal. So that's nice. It's handy. If I have it, I might as well use it. But that's not the big thing I did today. No, the next thing I did over here is I made a coal generator. This thing, you insert coal of any type, and it generates fuel. Or in this case, it's called crystal flux. And you use that in a lot of different ways. For instance, one of the things you use is over here, this atomic reconstructor. Now this is where stuff starts to get interesting. So this atomic reconstructor, it uses power, but what it does is it shoots out a laser, and that laser, well, depending on what it touches, it'll have different effects. So for instance, if I throw iron in front of it, it'll make this thing called an Nori crystal. If I throw redstone in front of it, it'll make this thing called Restonia, or a Restonia crystal. Basically the idea is that you throw things in front of it and it like changes them in some fundamental way. It atomically reconstructs them. And you use some of that stuff to make more advanced things. One of the things I made with that, I believe, was this thing called a canola press over here. The idea behind this one is this one needs power, but it will use that power and it'll use canola to make canola oil. And then that canola oil, there's a couple of things you can do with that. Over here I have an oil generator. You can use the canola oil in here to generate more power, and it generates power faster from what I've been able to see. But if that's not good enough for you, you can come over here to this fermenting barrel. You put the canola oil inside of this and it ferments, and it becomes refined canola oil, which from what I hear, what I believe, it works better than just the normal canola oil. But that's not the end of it. From what I've read in the mod pack, it actually goes further, that you can like improve the refined canola oil even more to even better stuff, an even better power system. This thing is going to get interesting. I was not expecting it to be as in-depth as it is, but it surprisingly is, so there's a lot of fun stuff here, so I'm actually really looking forward to it. Another thing I can point out is I made this thing called a ranged collector in the pack. The idea behind this one is that it collects things within a 6x6 range, and I believe what this will allow me to do is automate a couple of nice things. For my case specifically, I think that I'll be able to use this with the mob farm, the mob collector, and that by doing so, that I'll be able to actually refine the system a little bit more. To possibly get rid of some of the loot bags, some of the bows, the armor, all just the random junk that it's getting me. That by using this range collector, that I'll be able to improve my mob farm and make it even better, and probably just turn it back on again. So I'm actually really looking forward to that. This is going to be a great addition. I'm happy I got this. So that'll be way nice, and I'll use that probably next time. As well as next time I'm going to add a roof to this place. It started raining as I was in here and I didn't like the effect. So I started cooking up some glass and I'll be able to use that on the construction next time. But unfortunately that'll have to wait until next time. For now, it'll have to be the way it is. I think that's the majority of the things I got done today. I hope that was somewhat entertaining or informative. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. Otherwise, I'll just keep on at it and do what I can here on this little island in the sky. I hope you've enjoyed, and I hope to see you again next time. If not, or until then, goodbye, and have a great rest of the day.